Welcome back, everyone. I'd now like to introduce Jose Santa Ana from Sitecore. Thank you, Jose.
Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to this TechLab session on marketers and AI, enhancing the marketer and DAM workflows using the extra power of AI. We have 20 minutes to go over this, so I'm just going to go quickly over a level set of what is AI and ML and why you would need it. We'll go through different examples of solutions or applications of AI and ML. We'll talk about how AI enhances the marketer and DAM workflows, and then we'll end with, if you like what you see, how and where to begin your process of deploying AI in your own organizations. So just to start, quick survey. Do you think that AI will enable you to be more effective in getting to your goals? Yes or no? I won't know your answer, but we have these answers that the same question was asked of about 300 marketers recently by e-consultancy, and 88% are really, really high numbers agree that AI will enable them to be more effective. And of that 88% who agree, 46% strongly agrees. So there's this feeling in the marketplace by marketers that AI will help them. But do they really know what AI is? Is AI just a buzzword, or is it reality? When they responded to the survey, do they know exactly how AI can or cannot help them? So just a level set, let's quickly define it. AI is the simulation of human intelligence in machine form, and how the machine does that simulation or imitation of human intelligence is it combines external data, stimuli around it, and combine that with internal algorithms that a man wrote, humans wrote, to essentially make decisions by itself. So imitating what we do on a day-to-day basis using our own human brains. There are three types of AI. The first is where machines are better than humans. They have far greater capacity for memory, as well as the ability to process data. So then, this in theory makes them better than humans. But this is just at this point theoretical. It has not been demonstrated in reality yet. And so this is something for the future. Today, there is this general AI where the machine attempts to mimic human intelligence. So not exceeding the human, but just trying to be like a human. It's capable of learning and applying that knowledge, for problem solving like a human would. And then there's this more narrow AI, also known as machine learning. So when you see AI/ML, ML is a form of AI. It's a narrow form of AI. And what is that? It's goal-oriented. It's for a specific task, really relatively straightforward task. That the machine can do. It doesn't try to mimic a human, the broad range of human intelligence, but just a very specific task. Facial recognition and automated driving, some examples of narrow AI. But let's drill down on machine learning, because that's what's the technology is today and how it can potentially help you. So as we said, machine learning is a form of narrow AI. So it's not necessarily interchangeable. AI is broader than machine learning. It uses algorithms to parse large amounts of data, your customer data, your content data, learn from it, and then use it to do a mathematically sound conclusion or prediction for a specific task. So if this content is better than that for this particular audience, this is what machine learning can do for marketers. It can help marketers enhance their work, enhance what you're doing by analyzing all the data you have at scale, automating the workflows, and we'll talk about that a bit, and enabling them to test more hypotheses and campaigns faster. So why would marketers need this? I mean, they do this on a day-to-day basis. Why do they need the help of AI? So we all know this, that's why we have digital asset management system. That's why we have this DAM that we're talking about in this festival of DAM, because of this explosion of digital content. Marketers are using digital content more than ever. Here's some stats that you see. Visual images are the most important form of content. 80% of marketers use visual assets in the social media marketing. Text is no longer good enough. Videos, images, tweets with images and videos get more retweets than those without, so on and so forth. So there's this explosion of digital content that's difficult to manage, which is why we have DAM, which is why we have the Festival of DAM. But there has to be better ways to manage all that content and serving it out to the audiences that we want to see the content. We don't want to serve that content out willy-nilly because customers want personalized content. 2 out of 3 customers say that their standards for good experiences are higher than ever. Especially now where we're all doing digital interactions, the standards for what is a good experience digitally is so much higher now than it used to be. There's this digital fatigue, and so we need to elevate the experiences we deliver to our customers through personalized content. And how is that better experience achieved? It's by delivering personalized content to treat customers as an individual, as a person, and not just random images thrown at them, random videos, random text, treating them like just another number, an ocean of numbers. 84% of customers want to be treated like a person, and the way you do that is to provide them personalized content. The content that you have in your DAM, all this explosion of digital assets married with who you think your customers are, to deliver that personalized content and drive that experience to an elevated form. But even though we know this, we know that's what they want, personalizing that customer experience is not easy. There's different aspects of delivering that personalized experience. There's the creative aspect, building that content that will delight the customers to see that content is one aspect of delivering that experience. But there's also other aspects of the experience that marketers have to go through. There are the mundane tasks of building rules, of tagging assets, making them usable to deliver that experience. So there's all these jobs, there's all these mundane tasks that the marketer needs to do to deliver that personalized experience that customers are looking for. It's not necessarily the most fun task, but somebody's got to do it, right, in order to deliver that experience. Now, this is where AI comes in, that somebody's got to do it. It doesn't have to be a human anymore. Let's replace, let's let the machine replace a human where it can. And so it relieves the human of this mundane, repetitive, time-consuming, boring, if you will, task that help you deliver that personalized experience so that they can focus on this more high-value activities that you see on the left, the creative stuff, what humans are better at than the machine. And so if we can offload this mundane, boring task to machines with AI, why not, right? And so let's show a few examples of how this mundane, repetitive task can now be done using AI and machine learning instead of humans. So one of the examples we have, which is a fairly common one, if you have a modern dam or a state-of-the-art dam, you're probably familiar with this capability where assets can get auto-tagged as you upload an image or a video. An AI solution, an algorithm can take a look at that image or take a look at that video and then tag it accordingly. This is a picture of a beach. This is a picture of Cardi B. This is a picture of a car or a skyline. So instead of a marketer or a dam administrator or somebody else, looking at the thousands of images that are being uploaded, videos, and manually typing in beach, car, skyline, Cardi B, etc. Let the machine do that. Let the human do more creative work. So this solution, this AI solution, helps marketers. It relieves marketers of their mundane, time-consuming manual work. Another example of where AI can help remove the mundane task is in helping humans find or identify existing assets that you can use or maybe use or reuse or repurpose for a new campaign or a new target audience or a new channel or a new geography or whatnot. So when there are when a dam manages many assets, it can be hard to keep track of what exists and what might need to be created for a new campaign. Modern dams, do provide the capability, to search in many different ways. Full text search, searching the tags that were just created in the previous screen. You can search using, in addition to the tags, you have facets, all of that capabilities to search for existing asset. But that can still be a tedious and manual effort to find exactly what you're looking for. So if we have a new project, if we have a new program, if we have a new campaign, and a marketer comes to creative and says, hey, I need a new asset to support this messaging, find one for me, create one for me, I need this tomorrow or whatnot. So, the marketer or a data administrator can search, hey, this campaign is about soda in Africa. What search terms should I use? How do I search? Do I know if something exists today, or do I have to create that new image to support that new campaign or whatnot? So AI can jump in and say, hey, I'm looking for something similar to this. AI can troll your set of assets and then come up with a list of similar assets. Hey, by the way, this set of 10 are similar to this one you're looking for. Will this work for you? So rather than manually changing keywords, changing search terms to find the assets you're looking for, let the machine do it for you. Let AI look for what could potentially be used, reused, or repurposed for this new campaign, rather than having to start from scratch and creating a new one. So you save time, money, effort, and resources in creating new ones by just repurposing or reusing as it stands today an existing assets that the AI solution found for you. Another example of how AI can help marketers is in identifying, automatically identifying market segments or customer segments. So visitors are coming to your website, they're doing stuff, they're clicking here, they're navigating here, they're leaving here, or they're staying longer. So all of those website behavior and patterns can be analyzed by your AI solution, and then they can automatically place visitors based on their behavior into existing segments that you've already created, automatically putting them there, and then identifying that visitor as having similar behavior as this group, so put them there. So it can do that automatically, or it can also identify new segments. So rather, not just putting an existing visitor to an existing segment, it can create new segment. So this set of visitors seem to be doing things similarly like this, and this set of visitors seems to be doing things differently like this. So it can automatically create segments for you based on those behaviors, and then those segments then can be served by different types of content. That's another manual process that marketers have to do today, of identifying patterns, identifying, are this group of behaviors make sense to be lumped together to form a segment? And that, again, can be offloaded from the marketer, and AI systems or solutions can do that for you, identifying two things. Two things it can do. For one, identifying if this particular behavior fits into an existing segment. And if it doesn't, maybe we'll create a new segment based on this new sets of behavior, and then add that to our list of segments that we're targeting. And AI can do that, as I said, to replace the marketer doing that himself. Another area where AI can help is in automating A/B testing. So you have two pieces of content, A and B, which works better. And manually, there are A/B testing systems that marketers can use. Analyze it, make a decision, and so on and so forth. But AI can automate that whole process, again, taking the human out of the equation, if you will, and letting the machine do that for you. So this further optimizes that customer experience that we're trying to elevate behind the scenes. Finally, another area where AI can help dramatically with marketers is in building those personalization rules and then recommending assets for those rules. So now you have all your audience data that you use to generate those segments automatically. You have your content data, which content works better for which audience, for which geography, or for which product or whatnot. marrying those two, the automatically generated segments with content data to then build those personalization rules. If visitor A fits segment Y, serve up content 1, 2, 3. So building those rules automatically can save a lot of time, energy, and resources from your marketers, because these are tedious steps. Building all those rules. If anybody that's done personalization, you know how that can be a tedious process. And not just doing it once. You can't just build the rules once and say, call it a day, I'm done. These rules are dynamic. They change. Customer behaviors change. Content pieces change. New content is created. Old content is retired and archived. So these rules have to be dynamic. They have to be alive. They can't just be created once and sit there forever. And again, that's a mundane process. If you have 1,000 rules, how do you manage those 1,000 rules while at the same time creating new ones? And so AI can be used to help that as well, automating this mundane processes of first building these rules and then managing, modifying them as external stimuli changes in the market. And so this is some examples of how AI can help improve the marketer and the DAM workflow. Let's look at it from end to end. So you're probably familiar with this cycle, if you will, of content planning, collaboration, approval, and then distribution, using either a DAM or a CMP or both. CMP, a content marketing platform, where you're creating your editorial or text-based content, and your DAM, your digital images or videos or audio. When you bring that together, you have your text and digital assets together to create content. And there's this cycle of, okay, what should we create next? We have a new segment. We need to create new content for that segment. What images should we use, and so forth. So this is the standard process, if you will, of planning, collaborating, reviewing, and approving content. And then how do we enhance it with AI? As we said in previous section, you can use AI to identify content for reuse or repurpose. You can use AI for auto tagging of the content that comes into your DAM. You can use AI for automatic segmentation based on behavior of the channels. You can use AI to generate the personalization rules, as well as the A/B testing. And finally, you can also use AI for journey mapping, understanding where they are in their journey, and then understanding what content needs to be created, and starting that whole new process again, closing the loop, understanding where your customers are, your segments are, what content is needed. Then you start the process of planning, collaborating, reviewing, and so forth, building that content. So these pretty pictures of all the stars there where AI can help in your workflow. How do I start? If I want to implement or deploy all those beautiful stars that we just saw there, how do I get these projects off the ground? So first, you need lots of data. As you said, AI is a machine taking the data around content, about your audience, about your channels, about your products, about your geographies, about your campaign, taking all of that content, audience channel data. AI needs that data. So the first step in order to get those beautiful stars in your organization is you have to have the data. Once you have the data, then you have two options of how you can deploy AI. First is using a toolkit to build your custom application. You might have a specific industry need that's unique. You might have a specific campaign that's unique to your company or whatnot, or you just want a customized application to build it yourself. So you need developers and data scientists to then use that toolkit to build that application for you. And then the second approach is ready to run applications, where out of the box, you don't need the data scientists, you don't need the developers, you just need marketers and business users who can use these solutions out of the box, plug in your data, pre-built algorithms out of the box, and then can do the specific tasks we just talked about to improve and enhance your DAM or marketer workflow. At Sitecore, we offer both. If you want to start with a toolkit, if you have the resources for developers and data scientists, we provide a toolkit to help you build your AI solution. And we also have ready-to-run applications. Some of the examples we showed you earlier: auto personalization, image similarity, and so forth. that out of the box, you can plug into your DAM, you can plug into your experience platform, and then deliver these solutions to the market. So just to summarize, we're at time. AI and machine learning is not buzzword anymore, but it actually exists today. Customers have high expectations, and marketers need to deliver this personalized experience so that to meet these high expectations, they need AI and ML to help with this mundane, time-consuming task. And there are ready-to-run solutions out there available, so you don't need data scientists and developers. You can pick them up, start running on top of your DAM, on top of your experience platform to deliver this personalized experience that your customers are looking for. With that, thank you for attending this quick tech lab about how AI can help marketers and enhance your DAM workflow. We don't have time for questions, but feel free to reach out. I have my contact details there. If you have any specific questions or you want to dive deeper into any of the sections I talked about, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.
Thank you, Jose. Thanks very much.